place. We're way out in the middle of nowhere. We're at the southern end of the Ozark Mountains. There's really nothing out here except for small towns. Folks just living the small town Arkansas life. Behind me down that dirt road, there's a group of people that are building a whites-only community. We're gonna go down there and try and talk to them right now. So most of the people in town have heard about this. They don't really know much about it except for, I guess, what a few other news reports have kind of said about it. So there's a curiosity here in town about what these people are up to. Oh, is this it? I think we're here. Yeah, we're at the end of the dirt road. We're at the end of it. We're out here in the middle of nowhere. There's actually some other houses up here. I'm gonna go up and find out what's going on. It's very strange up here. Hey! What's going on?
If you had to choose between flipping a house or flipping dirt, what would you pick? Here's the truth. Land beats houses every time. And I'm gonna show you why inside of my upcoming 5-day challenge, where I'm gonna teach you how to flip land the simple way and even partner with me on deals, right? So hey, my name is Joe McCall. I've been doing real estate.
That's Eric Orwell right there in the truck. He's the founder of an organization and a community called Return to the Land. He and others bought 160 acres in rural Arkansas where they've built a settlement for only white people. No blacks, no gays, no Jews. 40 people live here right now, and the group says hundreds of others around the world have paid to join this community. They all plan on building a house right here and living among only white people with traditional values. They call this a homestead. They aren't very far along yet. They say it's like living off the land, but without the inconveniences of being next to people that aren't like you. Of course, this is controversial. That's why we came. One group called this the most established white supremacist community in the USA. So we spent today here to learn more about who they are and why they're doing this. All right, so Eric, talk to me. What is this place? What is your vision? Why did you do this?
Sure, yeah. So this is our first community with Return to the Land. We've been at it for about 2 years. And we wanted to have the ability to choose who our neighbors are so that we can have a safe community where we feel comfortable raising our kids, and that also has continuity with our cultural heritage as white Americans. Many people are kind of offended by that, but we believe that all people should have a right to freely associate and self-govern. You know, there are black communities out there. There are obviously Jewish communities. Most other ethnicities, they have countries for themselves, you know, like Liberia, that's a country for black Africans in Liberia. Nigeria, the same kind of thing. Like in China, it's a country for Chinese people. And that used to be how this country was. You know, it was founded by white Europeans for white Europeans. Now we're guilty of all sorts of historical injustice, but all peoples are really, and I think an unfair emphasis on the negative aspects of white American history has led people to basically reject our people. But I don't have any other people that I belong to. That's who I am. You know, I'm not Norwegian or German or English or anything else. I'm a white American. That's what my ancestors were. And that's how the rest of us kind of felt. And since we do feel like we're under attack, we thought having a community that's for us would be a good way of kind of looking after our interests.
So how does it work here? There's people that will say, legally you're not allowed to discriminate, but you guys have designed this in a way that you can skirt, I guess, fair housing laws or whatever. Like, how does the process work with this community up here?
Right. Well, we're an intentional community on private land. We're not engaged in real estate transactions.
Hi.
And you have the right to do what you want on your own private land. You know, if we were selling lots to the public, then yeah, this would be illegal. But we tried carefully to not violate the Fair Housing Act or Civil Rights Act or any of that. There is a distinction between the private domain and the public domain. In the public domain, the government has the responsibility of enforcing equal rights, equality under the law for its citizens in public commerce and things like that. But in your own private life, on your own private land, if you want to associate with